What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Adam, back at you again with the update on the Rise and Grind Challenge. 35 days, 7 weeks of just trying to see how much I can accomplish if I just put my head down and focus and try a little bit harder than I've been trying. Things feel stuck. I've been saying this during the live streams, during some of the other videos, that everything just feels like it's stuck right now. The speed and pace at which I was leveling up, I don't have the list of all the levels up that I've done since I got out of federal prison for a mean tweet and was basically forced to be homeless for 5 months before I could even begin getting on my feet from zero. Things just feel a little bit stuck, and I'm trying to see, what do I do to get them unstuck? Been going to the gym a lot. I think I'm on 12 or 13 weeks of going to the gym in the hopes that I can lose 40 pounds, which is my goal for this year. It's April 19th today. I have yet to lose 1 single ounce of weight in 12 to 13 weeks of working out hard. And trying to watch what I eat in some of that situation and whatnot, and it's frustrating. And so I kind of just came to the conclusion to just try a little harder. See what I can do. I'm feeling positive effects for the last 16 days. I'll get into some of those. But I'm going to start with yesterday. Yesterday I shot a video after getting up and out of bed and whatnot. But you guys are probably just going to get a big video dump all at once with at least 4 or 5 videos. I don't even know if I'm going to do it today. Recording the video is one thing. Hitting the upload button, and if it's no edits, just one straight, solid, unedited video, I can hit a button, upload it to YouTube. That takes up to an hour. Then YouTube's got to process it, do all this stuff, pull out a transcript, and get it all ready. Then I've got to log in. I've got to give it a title. I've got to give it a description. I've got to come up with a bunch of keywords to put in the keyword field, add in the location, and put together a thumbnail image for the video. And then I have to configure it to have no ads, to be members only for a certain amount of time, and there's just a bunch of tedious stuff to do. I'm going to say it takes anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour per video just to do that. This is anybody who does YouTube has to go through this process. And I've been sacrificing those in favor of doing other things. So yesterday I got up about 9 a.m., but really didn't do much, kind of laid in bed and just was lazy until about 12:30. Didn't go to the gym. I recorded another video yesterday. That would be video 3 in the queue you haven't seen it yet. This will be video number 4 in the queue that you haven't seen. So you might be seeing 4, maybe 5 videos all at once. Amazon delivered something yesterday I'm trying to make my house better. I don't know. My lease will be up at the end of May. That means I will have been here for an entire year. But I don't want to stay here forever. It's a small place. There's things I don't like about it. I've talked about that in previous videos. The laundry situation is a bottleneck. Not having a dishwasher is a bottleneck. I identified 3 bottlenecks that are specific to this place that consistently cause me to lose a lot of time when it comes to household, keeping your house together. First one's laundry, right off the bat. I was thinking about it in terms of a normal. Now, I know not everybody has a washer and dryer in their place. I'm not trying to be. I'm just saying that my options right now are laundromat or doing this third world Amazon washing machine thing that you put in your bathtub, and it helps. It keeps me from having to go to the laundromat. I have to hang all the clothes on a ghetto clothesline that I string around my living room / bedroom, and then I put a fan and dry it off with a fan. I can only really do one load at a time, but this is a bottleneck for me. And it's consistent, and it takes away time that I could put into other things. It would be a bottleneck if I had to go to a laundromat every week. Anybody who goes to a laundromat regularly hates it. Y'all hate it. If that's what you do to do your laundry, you hate it too, because it's a grind. It's an expensive thing now because everything's so much more expensive, and it's 3 hours out of your week to go do laundry and sit in a laundromat with your phone doom scrolling or whatever you do to pass the time, waiting for your clothes to be done. But it's 3 hours that, in a normal situation where you have a washer and dryer in your home or access to one. When I was living in this dumpy little tool shed down the road with the scam artist landlord, watch the tiny house videos if you want to know all about that. To do laundry, it's normal. You take your laundry. I could take a week's worth of laundry in a big bag, dump it in the machine, walk away after hitting the button and putting the soap in. Total time, 5 minutes. An hour later, I could set a timer. An hour later, I could go out, take laundry from the machine, put it in the dryer, turn the knob, put a couple dryer sheets in there, go back to my thing. Come back an hour and a half, an hour later, whatever it is, take the clothes out, clean the lint trap, set it up for the next person, and shut the door, take my clothes back, dump them out on the bed. And then throughout the rest of the day, whenever I have a couple minutes, fold, sort, put it away. If it's 1 week's worth of laundry, it's no big deal. I can have all that done 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. So you're out 15 minutes of your day. Plus, let's say it takes another 15 minutes to maybe a half hour to do to fold your clothes. So half an hour to 45 minutes once a week to do laundry. I'll just walk you through doing one load of laundry here and what it involves. And it's not like it's a big amount of time all at once. But the first thing I have to do is I have to dump all the laundry on the floor, and I have to sort it out based on how long it takes to dry and how big the thing is. Towels and jeans get their own pile. The little washing machine I have, you can only wash one towel or one pair of jeans along with filling it up the rest of the way with other laundry. Unless you're only washing jeans or towels, you kind of hit or miss. Anytime I put 2 pair of jeans in with other clothes, it doesn't wash correctly. It doesn't work right. So and then sorting it out by how long it takes to dry. Plus, I have to kind of keep in mind, like, what do I need next? If I need all of my gym gear, all of my bicycle shorts and gym clothes to be washed, that gets done first. If I'm out of this or that or the other thing, those get washed first. One load of laundry. Okay, after the sorting, I've got multiple milk crates in my bathroom, and then once it's all sorted, I can throw the dirty clothes into separate milk crates, and I just stack them up as a laundry hamper. It actually works better for me than a regular laundry hamper because I can kind of sort things, and if I'm not going to do all the laundry at once, I can kind of create loads of laundry with those crates and just dump a crate in the next day. But either way, sorting is first. Has to be done. You can't just randomly throw stuff in this thing, and it's not gonna work out for you if that's what you do. It's not like having a washing machine where you can just dump it all in. If it's all stuff that can be washed together, the only time I really ever care is when it's dress clothes and clothes that are like that I want to be nice and t-shirts, jeans, shorts, socks, underwear, they can all go together. Gym clothes, towels, whatever. It all goes in the same spot. I don't care that much. So, next thing. You got to fill up the thing with the clothes. I got to take a hose. I've got a shower head that pops off. I've got a hose. Put the hose in the thing. I got to fill it up with water. Soap. Put the soap in there. Turn a knob for 15 minutes. Walk away. Let it wash. Go back in. Drain it. Let the water come all the way out of the washing machine. Lock it. Fill it back up with clean water, because that's kind of like, it doesn't have like a real rinse cycle. I don't want my clothes being full of soap when I hang them up to dry, so I wash them with I do another cycle with just water, which kind of helps wash them a little bit better, but it also gets the soap out more or less. So anyway, another 15. First of all, drain the water, fill the water back up. Set the timer thing for another 15 minutes, let it do its thing. Come back. I can take half of the clothes that are washed, put them in this little spin cycle thing. 5 minutes it takes for that thing to spin cycle. It spins real fast. It gets the clothes pretty dry, at which point I go and hang my paracord based clothesline up and put the fan in place and get that all ready. By the time that 5 minutes is done, I've got the clothes ready to hang up. Throw them in an empty crate, take them out of there, put the other half of the clothes in the spin cycle thing, hit the timer, let that go. Now I go into the room and start hanging up all the stuff on the clothesline. Then I go back. Wait until the spin cycle thing is done. Pull all the clothes out of there. Go hang those up on the clothesline. One load of laundry typically takes up the entire clothesline. If I try to do 3 to 4 loads of laundry, I have to bunch all the clothes up tight together on the clothesline, and it will take exponentially longer to dry. If I did 4, maybe 5 loads of laundry in a day out of this thing, you can forget having, there will be clothes on that line drying until sometime tomorrow. If I do this all at 10 a.m., if I do the laundry at 10 a.m., one load, get it all up to dry, etc., by about no later than 5 o'clock, it's going to be all dry. And I can take all the stuff off, put the clothesline away, and go on with my life. Typically I'll just, gotta leave the washing machine in the bathtub for a while to dry out, and then put that away. It's a lot more complicated. So once again, fill the thing up with clothes, fill it up with water, hit the timer for 15 minutes, come back, drain it, fill it back up with a hose. 15 more minutes. Come back, drain all the water out, take half the clothes, put it in the spin cycle thing, hang up the clothesline, get the fan ready, go back, take the clothes out of the thing, put them in a thing, take the other half of the clothes, put them in the spin cycle thing, hang up the first set of clothes on the line to dry, go back, get the other clothes, hang all of those up on the line to dry, and then periodically, from that point, it's just periodically going into the room, flipping things around, making sure the airflow is hitting everything, and pulling things off the line as they're dry and putting them in the milk crate and then at that point, once everything's dry, it's in that same milk crate that I used, and then I can just, whenever I feel like doing it, I can dump it out, fold it, put it away. But that's a lot more involved, and it takes a lot more of my attention back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth just to do a load of laundry. It's not like constant. I can do other things along with that. But it's not like having a washing machine where you just go dump it in, hit a button, walk away. Come back, put it in the dryer, hit a button, walk away. Come back, get your clothes, put them away. Like that. It's not like that. And so that's a bottleneck for me, because there are times, if I, purposely, the last time my clothes were all caught up, laundry was all caught up, I purposely did not do laundry for a week because I just didn't want to. Who wants to do that every freaking Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, week after week after week, having to do that shit? So I let it go for a week. Now, in order for me to get caught up doing one load a day, I won't even be able to start until Tuesday morning. If a regular washing machine, I could put a load in tonight, wake up tomorrow, put it all in the dryer, go to my bakery job, come back, pull it out of the dryer, put it away, be done. I actually have to be here involved with the process. I can't just start it anytime I want. If it's like 2 in the afternoon, forget it. Can't do laundry. The only time I can do laundry is it has to be 10 a.m. or earlier. If it's after 10 a.m., forget it. I won't even do it because it won't be dry. It won't be dry in time, and it will just be too much of my day eaten up by doing laundry. Laundry's a big bottleneck right now, and anybody who doesn't have a washer and dryer handy, whether it's a coin-op thing at the apartment complex or a washer and dryer in your place, you know the pain. It's a pain in the ass. The next place I live, 100% must have a washer and dryer or the hookups for a washer and dryer. No exceptions. I will not move into a place that does not have laundry right there. I won't do it. That is 100% required. I cannot do this again. If I'm going to go to the trouble to find a new place to live and move, it's going to have laundry. 100%. Bottleneck number 2 is the dishes. Having to wash dishes by hand. I've had dishwashers. I've lived in places where I had to do them by hand because I didn't have room for a dishwasher, or I didn't have a dishwasher or whatever, and I've lived in places with a dishwasher. I don't consider it to be absolutely essential. It is not a deal breaker for me to move into a new place without a dishwasher, but it would be a nice to have. I'm going to call it a nice to have. Certain things. You make a big meal that, I like to cook, but I'm living by myself. I don't have like a wife or, kids or anybody to help out. So if I like to cook a meal and I'm going to, get all this stuff dirty, if my whole entire counter space is covered in dirty dishes because I cooked one thing, now I got to clean all this shit. And then I got to set it out to dry, and it just becomes a big hassle. Every time I do cold brew coffee, it's 7 half-gallon mason jars with these steel mesh insert filters and these plastic lids. And it all goes, you put the coffee grounds in, you pour water into it, you leave it in the fridge overnight. Next day, you pull the filters out, you further filter the coffee grounds out of the coffee, and I pour it into half-gallon glass milk bottles that are clean and sterilized, and then I put those in the fridge, and now I have 7 half-gallon mason jars full of coffee grounds, these steel mesh filters that are really, really difficult to clean. They're they're the biggest pain in the ass to clean by hand. You put those things in a dishwasher, they will come out looking brand spanking new without a single ground of coffee in them or anything wrong with them. Washing them by hand, you use a brush and the coffee grounds don't come out. They won't come clean. You've got to soak them, and you've got to like clean, and you've got to use the sprayer to get it all out. And then like whatever shirt I'm wearing is completely soaked. It looks like I jumped into a swimming pool when I'm done washing those things. Whatever shirt I'm wearing, I'm not going to be wearing it after I'm done washing those. Just those. Then you've got the 7 jars, then you've got the 7 lids, and then you've got to lay it all out to dry, so I've got to set up drying mats everywhere. I don't have a lot of countertop space here. That's another thing I would like to have in a new place. So if I am going to move, I'm only going to move if it's an upgrade. And I can get it for a good price. I don't want to spend a ridiculous amount of money to get a better place. I'm willing to spend a little more than this place costs, but I have, I'm doing my homework and I know what I can get for what price. I've definitely bookmarked a lot of places on Facebook Marketplace, and I look on other places too. Laundry, dishes, constant bottleneck. My kitchen blows up every single time I do 7 bottles of cold brew coffee. My kitchen becomes a fucking disaster. It's like I can keep up with the dishes day after day after day after day. On coffee brewing day, I get like, I have all kinds of like anxiety, chore anxiety, because I know as soon as I filter out all these bottles and the whole cold brew coffee situation, ba-boom, my whole kitchen's just going to explode with this disaster zone of dirty dishes. And it's constant, over and over and over and over again. A dishwasher, you can put all 7 jars, all the filters, and all the lids in the dishwasher, plus whatever else needs to be washed. Close that door, hit a button, come back 2 hours later, it's done. No time out of my day. But the cold brew coffee process, it's about, I'm going to say, 20 minutes to get the cold brew started. Let's say it's a half hour or so to get the cold brew into the milk, into the jugs, into the glass bottles where they go into the fridge when it's done. It's like an hour to an hour and a half to wash all those things because of the filters that you got to wash out. That is a fucking bottleneck. Enough that it drives me insane. And I need to be in the right place. I need to be able to, like, okay, I can waste an hour and a half of my life, get completely soaking wet. The entire floor is going to be soaking wet. Like, water goes everywhere when you're trying to wash these things. Do I have what it takes to wash these damn coffee bottles and filters right now? I dread it. I dread it every single time. But I love me some cold brew coffee, and I don't, the stuff you buy at the store tastes like shit compared to what I make. So I do it. Dishwasher's not required for my next place, but it would be a really nice thing to have. One way or another, whether it's a portable one on wheels that you wheel into the kitchen and hook it up to the sink, or if it's built into one of the cabinets next to the sink. One way or another, dishwasher is like a very nice thing to have. Those two things, a washing machine and dryer and a dishwasher, would save me so much time and chores every week. It would be worth the money, even if I have to buy the things myself. If I move into a place that has a washer and dryer hookup and I can't afford a washer and dryer right off the bat, I've got my ghetto third world washing machine. I already have that. I can keep doing that and save up and look for a good deal. Get on Facebook, Marketplace, whatever, Craigslist. You can find some wicked ass deals. You might even be able to find a washing machine and a dryer for free. I've done it. I bought an oven once I needed a part for my oven. It was $50. I went on Craigslist in the free section. Somebody had the exact same oven for free. Come and get it. A friend and I went and got it. So I got a whole oven for free instead of the $50 part that my current oven needed. And we took the old oven and just tossed it down a flight of stairs, and some scrapper came by within 15 minutes and took off with it. I plucked everything, the knobs, the grates, anything that could be reused possibly, or anything that might be handy to keep, oven racks, things like that. I kept every part of the old oven that might be useful for the new oven should something go wrong or break or whatever, just have spare parts. But I got an oven for free in that situation. You get I see washer and dryers on Craigslist for free all the time. You can play that game. So that's one of the things I want when I move. The third bottleneck, which there's not a lot I can do about it, but I've got this steel gravity water filter, and I store water in all these plastic bottles. And as a prepper, you want a good supply of drinking water at the ready, and I keep saving certain bottles, orange juice bottles mostly. I don't do 2-liter bottles of pop anymore. I don't drink soda, so I've got all these orange juice bottles everywhere, and they do a good job for holding water, drinking water. When I do the cold brew coffee, I go through about 8 to 10 of those to get the coffee in the fridge, and then I need 2 more cold ones to finish topping off the bottles when the cold brew is done brewing. So there's about 10 to 12 bottles right there that go empty, boom, just like that. Every time you fill up that gravity water filter, it can take 2 to 4 hours. Sometimes they take longer, depending on whether you have the Berkey filters with the fluoride PF2 filters underneath. Those, forget it. If you got the Berkey filters up top with the fluoride filters underneath, that's like 5 hours to get the water to go from the top to the bottom. in a 2 gallon system, forget it. Like, you ain't getting water today. That's why you got to keep water on hand. So every time, right now for me, I think it's like 2 to 3 hours for the top to get to the bottom of the filter system. And I can get about 5 orange juice bottles filled. They're 46-ounce bottles. I can do about 5 of those each time I go through the process. And so, today I really made a concerted effort to keep up with the filling of the bottles, and I am not going to go to bed tonight with any empty water bottles, for sure. Like, I'm down to where when I get done shooting this video, I'm looking at it. I can probably either fill all the bottles that are left empty right now, or I'm going to have to fill my water filter up one more time, and before I go to bed, every water bottle in this house will be full. But I've got, how many of these things? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 24. I might have like 48 of these. I might be closing in on 50 of these bottles. 50 times 46 ounces. That's 2,300 ounces divided by, what is it, 120. That's like 20 gallons of drinking water. Your goal should be 50. You should always have 50 gallons of drinking water on hand. Like, just as a normal, like, preparedness, whoever you are, your bare minimum goal should be always having 50 gallons of water that you can drink on hand, stored. So I'm whittling my way up to that. I don't have a lot of storage space here, so I have to be creative on where I put all these things. But it's nice having water all the time. But there are certain situations like brewing coffee, certain other things I'll do that I'll burn through so much water so fast. And it's going to be 24 to 48 hours minimum to get those bottles filled back up. And it's a bottleneck. And so those are 3 bottlenecks that constantly circle around. And every time I go to deep clean my place, I'm constantly dealing with these 3 things that are backed up, not caught up with, impossible to keep up with. And so when I do sit down on a day like today to deep clean the place, I end up spending a ridiculous amount of time just getting caught up on those 3 things. And that takes away from time I could be doing other things. So when I move, there's other things that I'm looking for when I move in terms of space and like goals that I have. But getting rid of those 3 bottlenecks, or making it so that the water filter is just one bottleneck, and having storage space to where I can keep water a little bit more stockpiled, to where at my old house I had the same water filtration system. I had a Berkey water filter, but I had so much space to store water, and I had like a pantry room, and I probably had 100 gallons of drinking water stored in so many different places and so many different ways that I could let it go for a while. And I had organized places to keep the empty bottles so that they weren't just stacked and fluttering all over the place. And when it came time to just, okay, I'm going to do, today's house cleaning day or whatever, just making a concerted effort to fill these bottles over the next few days, I could get it all caught back up. But it was I was able to manage it. Here, it's those three bottlenecks are constant, over and over and over and over and over, and it's constantly taking away time to be able to do other things. And so these are just, there's nothing I can really do about it here while I live here, but I can fix that. I can fix those problems by moving to a better place. So I'm on this kick of trying to improve my space, even though I'm thinking about moving. There's some lights. You know, one of the things when you rent a place, sometimes you see these videos on Facebook of crappy landlords doing ghetto ass repairs where like somebody will come in and paint the apartment and they don't even take the cereal boxes out of the inside of the cabinets and they just spray some fucking paint around, and now you got boxes of and then the next tenant that moves in sees like, oh, there's Lucky Charms and some Count Dracula and some other shit in there, Fruity Pebbles or whatever, covered in white latex paint because the dumb motherfuckers didn't even take it out of the cabinet when they painted the apartment. You'll see it. They paint right over the light switches and the light switch covers. They don't give a shit about, masking it off or taking the covers off the walls and so on. Well, in this place, it's not really that bad. But there's ghetto shit in this place, for sure. And there's some ceiling lights. There's one in my living room / bedroom where they cut a hole in the ceiling to mount a light, but the hole was too big for the light. And so there's these ghetto-ass chunks missing, like where the light cover doesn't cover the hole. And so I was like, well, maybe I can do a little ghetto repair. And so I got something off of Amazon to hopefully or possibly take care of that. And it didn't work out. I got this like lampshade thing that screws into the light fixture, and then I can put the light bulb in that. And I looked, I'm like, man, that looks even more ghetto than it already did. So that came yesterday. I put it up. I looked at it. I was like, nah, I'm good. Turned around and said, just decided to say, you know what, forget it. I'll do something else there. And so that's got to go back to Amazon. I did discover that Amazon now lets you take your stuff to Kohl's. And Whole Foods used to be the only place you could go make an Amazon return around here. And it's not totally out. Like, I could do it tomorrow. I decided tomorrow I'm not going to ride my bicycle to the bakery. I'm just too worn out right now, and it's going to be a little bit chilly. And there's just other factors that all added up to me being like, you know what? Forget it. I'll do something else this week. No big deal. Next week, I'll probably, if it's going to be above 60 degrees, 100% I'll do it. Unless it's raining or something like that. But that allows me to do Amazon returns at Kohl's. I bought some pots or planters or whatever you want to call them for some plants. One of them had a chip in it. Taking that back. Already got the replacement today. So I just got to return the one that's chipped. And, no big deal. But that was yesterday. And so yesterday I got a late start and trying to be productive and all that. And I ended up working on a client project until 8:30 p.m. starting at about 12:30. So from 12:30 to 8:30 I worked straight through on this client project. And it's a custom design job. And so it's tedious. It's taking a long time. I was hoping to be able to make it go live last night so that I could just wipe the slate clean and focus on cleaning my house today. And I had to settle with, when 8:30 came around, it looks perfect as long as you're on a desktop computer with your screen width set to 1200 pixels or wider. So what I have to do now is go through all these pages and write more code CSS code, if you know, to be technical. And I have to start shrinking the window width. And every time something breaks, I've got to make adjustments so that it all fits inside the viewport and it looks proper. And I do have an exact design to follow for the phone width. 360 pixels is the most common phone width. But it basically has to go all the way from 320 pixels wide up to 1200 and beyond and still look good. And no matter what size screen it is, if it's a phone, if it's landscape, portrait, computer, tall computer, wide computer, whatever, it has to look good on every platform. So I was able to get far enough along yesterday that it looks good. If we only used MacBooks or Windows computers with 1200 pixel screens or bigger, it'd be okay. But I still have work to do, and it's tedious, and it's probably going to take another day or two. But I just said, I cut it off last night. After I was done with that, I was like, no more until Tuesday. Tuesday, I'll get back to it. Client's fine. He's not upset. He thinks it looks awesome. So, but I had the goal of being done, but I decided today, today I have to focus on my house for my own sanity. The last time that I took a day to clean my house was, I believe it was April 5th. Yeah, April 5th, and now it's the 19th. So almost 15 days have gone, so it's 2 weeks. And I feel like every 2 weeks or so I've got to take, like I got to just hit the brakes and just try to deep clean and organize my space. Last night, I was starting to make some more, so I've got houseplant stuff I got to do to keep my plants alive. And I've got pests, because it started, like summer's here, basically. And in order to keep, as soon as that hot weather hits and the humidity and the heat and everything, the bugs come. The bugs. You live down south, man. I am grateful that I haven't seen any stink bugs here. Like in Pennsylvania, those freaking stink bugs are so insane and so hard to keep out of your house. And they drive you insane because they're big and they're just nasty. And they're nonstop. They're nonstop. They came from China on a boat, and they completely. It's like a plague. It's like a plague of locusts out of the Bible, but it's a plague of stink bugs, and it hit Pennsylvania, and that whole region of the country is just inundated with these things, and you can't do anything about it. And sometimes it gets bad. They will get into your house no matter what you do, and there really isn't much that'll kill them. My biggest thing with those was vacuuming, getting them with a vacuum cleaner with a long wand, just going around the house and getting them all, and that'll keep you good for about 6 hours in the summer, and then they're back, and you got to do it again and again and again and again, and they never stop coming. So I got fruit flies coming in here from, I bought some plants, house plants. They were house plants that were sitting outside in the plant area where they get sold, at the various stores. And so who knows? There's some fruit flies popped up. As soon as I brought these plants home, within a few days, boom, my house exploded with fruit flies. And so I've got things to get rid of them, and the population has gone down significantly, but when you're sitting in front of a computer with lights and the rest of the room is dark, they're coming right for you, and they're flying right in front of my eyeballs, and they're trying to go up my nose and in my eyeball and in my ear, and they're like, and you can't, like, I can Mr. Miyagi sometimes, I can get one every now and then when it flies right in front of me, but most of the time I miss. And that's with both hands. That's not trying to catch flies with a pair of chopsticks. That's like, you can't clap on them. They're just too fast and they never stop. So one thing I found out, get a spray bottle, fill it up with some rubbing alcohol. When you see one of those things flying in front of your face, just give it a blast. And with the rubbing alcohol and the mister, it just evaporates. It doesn't, like, if you nail that son of a bitch, the rest of the alcohol is just going to evaporate. It won't even, like, it really doesn't get anywhere. But I was playing around with it. I ordered those last night. They came today. I was going around the house looking for fruit flies. You get one, they're just like, ah! And they lay on the ground and they're like, ah! And they're done. Especially if you get a direct hit on one, boom, it's over. And it's a lot easier to hit them with that than it is to try and catch them in your hand. And so, game over. Now when they're flying around my face, I'm on it. I'm on it with those things are done. But like I said, the population is dwindling. I've got to go and spray and do a bunch of other crap around the house just to preventative maintenance to keep fire ants and other bugs from coming in here. I'm about to drop the nuke on these things, and believe me, I won't see anything for the rest of the time I live here unless I stay for a whole nother year, which I don't plan on. But I'm in no hurry to move out of here either. I have the luxury of time now to really look for a good place to move and really, like, I don't have to be in a panic rush trying to, like, I gotta get there, I gotta do it by the end of the month. I don't have any of that to worry about. I'll have an open-ended lease at the end of this to where it's month to month. I can just take my time it so that I give the current landlord a 30-day notice. The new place is already paid for. I can start moving, give myself a month to do it, take my time, enjoy the process. I don't have a lot of stuff in here to move. Every single thing in here can be quickly packed and moved. I'll have to get a moving truck for some big pieces of furniture, and that's it. And I'll get a friend to come over and help me, pay him in beer and handshakes and high fives and whatnot, and we'll go from there. But yeah, this rubbing alcohol, fruit flies flying in front of your face, give them a shot. Then they'll know what's up. And they might not even, like, the rest of them might be like, yo, stay away from him. I had to do something because they were driving me crazy. Just constantly, where you're trying to, like, write code and you got this damn fly coming in front of you trying to go right into your eyeball. It's like, kids, we're not having this today. No. No way. But that was yesterday. And I also spent some time after I was done with my client work, just thinking it through, like putting together an Amazon order to just take care of things around the house. I've started from zero, so there's just a lot of things I don't have that in my former life, before I went to prison for a Twitter post, I had everything I'd need, and lots of it. And I wouldn't have to, like, do this kind of shit where I'm, like, just bare bones basic stuff I just had. You would just have because you've been alive and you've been an adult for so many years and you've got these tools, you've got this stuff, things that last a long time, you have it, and then you have it. Like, I had nothing to start with, so I run into problems all the time where I'm like, I don't have this basic thing, and now I got to go do that. I'm not really upset about it, but it's weird when you start your life over at 50 years old from zero, literally from zero. It kind of is amazing sometimes when you just think about, like, the stuff you used to take for granted that now you can't even do. And remember, I didn't have a car. I didn't even have a bicycle to start out with. Even though I had a bicycle, I had to wait until I could afford to fix my bicycle up and get bike shoes and all the things. And you might think, oh, you don't need special shoes to ride a bike. You do need special bike shoes when you're riding 50 miles a day to go to and from your job. How many of you go on a bicycle ride 25 miles each way to commute to some job like I was doing? Not very many of you. And, so I'm not bragging. It wasn't even that big of a deal, but it did take a toll. So today, now we're on day 16. Yesterday was day 15. I gave myself a rank of about a 5. I just don't feel like I did a lot of client work. I accomplished a few other things, but it was sluggish. I didn't go to the gym like I wanted to. A lot of different things. I slept in. That's my biggest problem right now. Day after day after day, not getting up on time and just being completely worn out in the mornings. And so there's something else I'll talk about there for a minute because I'm making a correlation here. But I'm going to talk about day 16, which is today. Once again, it's Sunday, so no real obligations. I ended up getting up at 11 a.m. Now, last night and I stay up late. Keep in mind, like I'm up. I worked for my client until 8:30 p.m. I still had to make dinner. I still had other things to do. I was still doing stuff up until probably 11 o'clock. Then I sat down to watch some TV. I was probably out by midnight or 1 a.m. These people, these productivity experts that get up at 4 in the morning and go right at 4 a.m., they're in bed by like 9 or 10 o'clock at night. So what's the difference? Like, you're going to tell me I'm a lazy piece of shit because I get up at 11 a.m. But I go until like 11 p.m., 12 a.m. And then I'm like winding down. So is that really any different than go from 4 a.m. to 8 p.m.? 16 hours? Or is it, from 10 a.m. to midnight? 14 hours there. You know what I mean? Like, if you put in 12 hours a day grinding away, does it really matter what time you woke up? Some people will say it does. I disagree. My second wind always hits after noon. I'm always way more energetic after noon than I am before noon. And that don't matter what I'm doing. I'm never that good in the morning. So today, like I said, I got up at 11 o'clock, putzed around for a bit, had some coffee, and then about noon, I started deep cleaning my place. And I did that straight through to 6 straight hours of cleaning my house. I know you think, oh, it's not that big of a place. It's just a lot of details. I've got a lot of, like, there's a lot of details. There's a lot of detail work, plus the 3 bottlenecks that I mentioned earlier. So today, I got caught up on all the dishes, but I'm looking over, all the stuff's still drying. There's a lot of bottles and a lot of things that you just can't dry with a towel because it's a bottle. Can't get up in there. Can't dry it out. You gotta let it dry on its own. So they'll just sit and dry, and they'll take up space on the countertops and still be something that's not done until nature takes its course and everything dries. The plant stuff I ordered on Amazon didn't get delivered today, even though the thing said out for delivery at 11 a.m. Still not here. It's 20 after 8. It's not coming today. I'm kind of pissed off because I wanted to repot a plant and I wanted to do some other things with these house plants to get them back on track. I'm not going to be able to do it tomorrow. Probably not going to be able to do it on Tuesday. So the fact that Amazon didn't deliver my shit today like they said they would, which has been more and more common lately, but I got on with Ranjit Swami Harma from India or whatever the fuck, Pakistan or wherever the fuck these people are, and he gave me a $10 credit on my account. So whatever, dude. I was doing other things. I figured I may as well get on the Amazon chat, see if I can get some free money for bitching about my stuff not being delivered today. That's about the best we can do. Fine, get $10, spend it on something else. But I did what I could with the plants. I made my bed. I have 2 sheets. I have 2 new sets. I only had 1 set of sheets for the bed. So when I washed my bedding, or when I needed to wash my bedding, I have to do it like then. And then I have to hang it up to dry and then make the bed. And a lot of times that stuff wouldn't dry until freaking 8, 9 o'clock at night. And I end up having to make my bed right before I go to bed. And it's like, no. So I had to get more bed sheets. So now I have 2 extra sets. Nice. So for the first time I opened up one of those, made my bed with that. Now I can put the old bedding into that never-ending pile of laundry. And that'll be a whole load of laundry one day. Just wash the bedding, hang it up to dry, and that's one day's worth of that. I'll be doing laundry Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and possibly Saturday to get caught up again. And then I might just say for the next week I'm not doing any. But I'll have to do it for 5 days in a row just to get caught up on it because of the process and how it works. It's honestly, that sounds bad, but it's still better than going to the laundromat. It's still better than going to a laundromat. But today when I redid the bed, I was able to get underneath, get stuff out from under it, vacuum it all out, get it all, above and beyond. I've got a nightstand. I was able to clean and organize the nightstand and make that better, figure out what to put in the drawers, got a little bit more organized there. I've got a new couch, so I vacuumed the couch, made that all tidy and nice. I've got new throw pillow, tons of four throw pillows for the couch, plus these big, huge pillows that it came with. And then I've got this extra blanket that I roll up and keep on there. So that looks all nice. It looks like I take a photograph of that. It'd look really cool. Show you like, oh, look at what my bedroom looks like. It's tight. It's nice. It's like a little theater. It's like I've got my bed, and then I've got like this little theater with the little couch and the coffee table and the footstool, and I got like the tiny little Bose speaker mounted under the TV, and then the TV is on this big swivel thing, so I can position that and like watch TV from bed or whatever. It's all compact and just, it's tight. And it's got some banging sound from a vintage, not vintage, but it's a outdated Bose sound system, but it was perfect for this space. And I picked that up on Facebook Marketplace, good deal. And it's tight, it's really nice. Vacuum the floors, but right now the floors in this place, they need mopped with a mop bucket and a wet mop. Like, I can't even use the steam mop anymore. It's beyond steam mop. The steam mop won't get them clean now. So I got a mop. And I also got some stuff to mop with. So if I, like, every other week or so, if I use this insecticide, you put a little bit in with the mop water and just mop around the place, anything that walks across your floor is going to die. Any insect that walks across this floor, lights out. It's over. I basically am going to turn my entire abode here into a radioactive shell that's not harmful to people, but like this, it's going to be like, the skull and crossbones, the biohazard sign, and the radioactive fallout shelter symbol for bugs. Like, don't come in. You are not welcome here. I wanted to do some of that today, but I just didn't have time. It is what it is. Tidied up the bathroom, vacuumed the floor, vacuumed in the crooks and crevices, whatever you want to call it. Put away some clothes that were sitting in a basket all week that I hadn't put away yet. That really didn't take long, because typically if I have a basket of clean clothes, I'm plucking them out of there as the week goes if I haven't put them away yet. So by the time the week was over, that thing was pretty much, didn't take long to put what was in there away. Like I said, I almost got all the plastic water bottles filled, and they will be done before I go to bed. The dishes are done, but there's stuff that won't be dry. It may not even be dry when I get back from the bakery tomorrow. I may have to wait until all that stuff is dry. It's a bottleneck. It's something, like with a dishwasher. The dishwasher, when it's done washing your dishes, will get real hot and heat up your stuff, and that will promote things to dry out. So, these are bottlenecks I would like to solve when I move. Like I said, decided not to ride the bike to the bakery tomorrow. I didn't charge my lights. Taking all the bicycle lights and charging them. I have I call it a charging station. I have a power strip with a whole bunch of adapters and stuff just piled onto it, and USB cables hanging off of it. So I can set this on the countertop, I can plug it into a wall, and then I can take all the things that have to be charged, of which there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, up to between 9 and 15 different things that got to be plugged in and charged to ride at night safely. Because I make myself, the way the roads are here, I don't fuck around. I'm light my bike up like a disco show, like I'm at a rave and there's a DJ with 2 turntables and a mixer, and there's like a disco ball hanging over my head. Like, I'm not playing around, because people are fucking crazy here out on the roads. And there's absolutely, if I'm dead, if I get run over by some dickwad in a Dodge Ram pickup truck because he's going to be 3 minutes late to get home to beat the shit out of his wife or whatever, he's not going to have the excuse that I didn't see him, because my dead body's going to be laying on the side of the road just looking like there's a fucking rave going on. So, but it's a process to do all this and plug all this stuff in and then get everything all packed up and ready to go. I just got to the point today, I'm like, you know what? Done. Because it's already 8:30, and after I do this video, upload it to YouTube, and do all that stuff, I still need to put out an invoice to a client tonight. That takes half an hour. So I'm going to take a little break. I might go watch a TV show or something just to mellow out, and then I'll come back to my computer, I'll sit down, I'll do that. And if I get that done, I might give myself, it's going to be a 6 or a 7 on the scale of 1 to 10. How productive and how much did I grind today? I didn't get everything done on my cleaning list. A lot of it was just getting caught up on the bottlenecks. But I did make forward progress, and I said it was April 2nd, or what was it? April something. April 5th. April 5th was the last time I cleaned, so now it's almost 15 days later. It's 14 days, 2 weeks ago. 2 Sundays ago, in fact. Today, right now, the place looks better and is farther along, and it's more clean and more organized than it was 2 weeks ago when I was finished 2 weeks ago. So that just kind of tells me, if I can grind out the week and get my client work done and do everything that I want to do there, I should be able to spend next Sunday doing this again. And I enjoy it. I really do, because it really, it gives me, peace of mind and tranquility, and it lowers my stress, and it just makes me feel like home when my place looks nice and feels nice. And when I see that I made additional progress the last time I did this. So I let it go for 2 weeks and just did what I could, kept up with it the best I could for 2 weeks, which wasn't great. Some things got out of hand, some things went downhill. But I put 6 hours in on it today, and I climbed back up the hill, and then I went a little bit farther. And so that feels good. And I know, and that gives me the motivation that, if I can do that 1 week from today, I'll climb up a little higher. And I'm just trying to get it to the point where I can take, a video tour and show you guys, how I've laid out my tiny house, so that you can get some ideas of, if you have a tiny space to live in. This is a 40-foot wide by 10-foot wide trailer. Um, is it? Yeah, 40 by 10. 40 feet by 10 feet. 3 rooms. Kitchen thing, living room, bedroom thing, bathroom. Shotgun style. Bang, bang, bang. And if that's how you're going to live, like it's not, the HGTV. Oh, look at a couple goes and, oh, look, we found this tiny house. It's so nice. It was only $250,000. What a deal. But if you're like, a regular person and you're looking at you see, you're by yourself or whatever, you're a couple or you're broke or whatever the fuck, whatever wrong turn you made to end up in a place like this. Here's how you can lay it out. Here's some things, because I've made it pretty comfortable. I'm not gonna lie. I'm digging it. I'm okay with it. For just me, I mean, if this was how I had to ride out the apocalypse, other than like, lack of food storage, lack of different things, it's still pretty comfy here. It's way better than the tool shed that I was living in before. I made that as good as I could, but this is a much better level, and I've made this place progressively much nicer. The more time I spend here, the nicer it will be. I will continue to improve my space until I pack up and go to a new space. It don't matter. I could live here 2 more years and constantly be trying to upgrade, and I've got ideas for things I would do outside to make like a little yard. Like I've got an idea to make like an outdoor I want to call it a pergola, but like a ghetto pergola or a ghetto thing, using like camping gear, and set up a space outside to like have a little campfire and have some, an outdoor space with a grill and some other, like if I'm going to stay here, I'll keep doing that. But every upgrade that I make to this place, my mind is like, okay, how could this apply? Like, is this something you can just pack up, take with you, and boom, have it set up at your new place and make your new place good right out of the box? Like, I'm not doing anything here that would be considered like permanent. But before I can shoot a video, I looked at, before I shot the video, I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's 5. There's clutter clusters. There's these 5 spots where things kind of clutter up and get piled up. One of them's right back there, my workbench. Workbench. How many of you have a workbench that turns from being a workbench into a pile of shit? Just random stuff in a pile, and it's no longer a workbench anymore. It's just the place where everything gets piled up. I've got a desk right next to me. Mail. Every time the mail comes, paper, boom, whatever was in the mail goes right there. USB cords. I'm constantly having to, USB cords. We all have it. There's just random USB cords. Just when I'm done with this USB cord, boom, and just set it there. And now I've got this desk with some clutter on it. And there's another spot that you can't see, but I have a tendency to save empty boxes that might be useful for clearing up my cluttered and organizing things. If it's like a well-built, sturdy box from something I ordered on Amazon or whatever, a shoe box or whatever, I've got some of those. I either have to use them or toss them. So when I do all this cleaning up of my clutter, that's where that's going to come into play. So I've got, like I said, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 little areas each. I mean, to declutter, shove everything in a box and hide it away for another day, that would probably take a couple hours max. But if I want to actually organize the stuff so that it doesn't become clutter again, I'm looking at like a day. Right? And so and it has to be a day where I don't have, a massive pile of dishes, a massive pile of bottles to fill, a bunch of laundry to do, and all these bottlenecks getting in the way. So that's what today was all about. Today was kind of like thinking of, okay, I think if I can squeeze out, if I can clear my calendar so next Sunday I can do what I did today again. Maybe get up a little earlier and do a little more. I can really make my place. Like, the motivation is there. Like, I can make my place the best it's ever been since the day I moved in. And in fact, it could be the best I've ever had since the day I came out of federal prison. Like, I could have the best home, the best space next Sunday. I mean, I already have that today, technically. But it has been tidier than it is right now. But if I could just one more week, one more day of grinding it out, I could sit down at the end of the day and look around and be like, man, this is the nicest place I have sat and looked around in my own space since the day I got out the joint. And that's a motivator for me like that. Obviously, I gotta wait a week because I'm really not going to have time this week to do much of that. But if I can do enough client work and I'll get everything out of the way that needs to be gotten out of the way and have next Sunday set aside to do that, it's kind of exciting to me to, like, okay, you accomplished something big during this rise and grind challenge. And then on top of that, throughout the day, yesterday, especially while I was working on writing code and stuff, I had some YouTube videos going and I was just doing some homework and researching or just listening, podcasts, whatever. And I was listening to some things about weight loss. Trying to, it really boils down to I'm working out a lot, but there's this thing that I like called food. And I like food. And, enjoying eating food and trying to lose weight don't really go hand in hand these days. Especially the food that we have access to. And, I'm not just going to eat rice cakes and fucking yogurt and, 3 little chicken nuggets. And, I'm not just going to eat like a bird and not enjoy my life to lose a few pounds. So I'm watching this one video and, aside from all that, this guy, he knew what he was talking about. And I had no doubt that this guy, I'm sure if I followed what this guy said to do, I would probably lose some weight. But it was ridiculous. One of the things was do a shot glass full of apple cider vinegar before every meal. No! And then he said, of course, you just got to eat nothing but chicken and vegetables and, mostly protein. Everybody's got their opinions. There's 150 different fucking diet experts, all with the key to weight loss. But this guy had some ideas and, he talked about fasting. So the things that stuck out, I can tell you that no matter, even if I'm counting my calories and I'm not overeating based on what I'm burning, the one thing I'm doing consistently is that, especially when I go to the gym at night, you think, you go work out at the gym for 4 hours, you can eat whatever you want. Because I'm there at 4:30 and I'm busting my ass until 8 o'clock. So that's 3.5 hours of working out plus a half hour in the sauna, time in the hot tub, recovery time, take a shower, come home. I'm not coming home till 10, 11 o'clock at night. But I'm hungry. I'm hungry when I come home from that. And so I eat and then I go to bed. And so there's no time there's no time to burn off that. And then I wake up in the morning, I get my cold brew coffee and I pour a bunch of, I've been doing oat milk creamers. So I've been doing Planet Oat creamers is where I've been going lately because it's a little bit better than what I was doing before. But that's some sugar and creamer and dairy, not dairy, but like sugar and whatever, coconut milk and or whatever, almond milk or whatever it is. And but you're already like triggering your body to store fat. Like, I'm not doing anything that makes my body eat itself, because I'm always putting new stuff in, and my body's like, oh, just use that. Oh, he just ate a bunch more sugar. Use that sugar. Don't, and whatever left over, make some more fat. Put it in his belly. I mean, that belly can get a lot bigger. Let's keep making the belly bigger. Because he keeps giving the cells in the body, keep saying, oh, he's feeding us. He gave us some sugar, he gave us some chicken, gave us whatever. We can definitely use that for energy today, and whatever's left over, we'll just shove it in the belly. So I'm rarely giving my body a moment to burn the calories that are in it. Like, oh God, I'm so hungry. We're gonna have to take some of them fat cells out of the belly and use it to live another day. And when I was in prison, like I said, I lost 40 pounds in 4 months, but they were starving us. We would go and eat breakfast, whether I ate breakfast or not, because breakfast was, it was just going to be some nasty ass oatmeal, or maybe some nasty fucking pancakes, or whatever it was going to be some nasty bullshit. And it would be at like 6 in the morning. So sometimes I would eat, sometimes I wouldn't. Most of the time I would. But you're eating just a little bit, just enough, like a few hundred calories, that's about it. And immediately I would go out and start walking laps around this track. I might go on a 4-mile walk, because it was 4 laps around the track is a mile. So 4, 8, 12, 16. If I did 16 laps around this track, that's 4 miles every morning, walking. And then I might do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Lunch, we go eat lunch, some more bullshit, just like whatever. Just, it's gonna be like, I mean, you're not getting more than like maybe 500 calories in a meal. And then what do? All afternoon, I'm outside, I'm walking, I go to the gym, I'm spin class, I'm doing Stairmaster, I'm doing this other, I'm burning it right off. And most days, now we would eat dinner at like 5 or 6 in the afternoon, and that's it. If I didn't have commissary, that was it. 6 o'clock, no more food. And I'm going till 6 a.m. That's 12 hours without food till the next day. I might be out exercising more during that time. I did notice that when I did have commissary, and I would make like a chi-chi or a bowl of food or something that night at like 8 or 9 o'clock at night, the next day I would, because I weighed myself every day at the same time, the next day I would see a jump on the scale. But I didn't do this every night. And so like I'd have a jump on the scale, but then boom, 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 it would drop for the next few days until I went and had a big bowl of food or another chi-chi or just treated myself again. And it was constant. And I was losing 2 to 5 pounds a week on average. It just, it would go up and down, but generally speaking, 4 months is 16 weeks. 2.5 pounds a week I was dropping. 2 to 3 pounds a week. Week after week after week after week. And it was all because of the calorie consumption versus the workouts. But I kind of like matched up what this guy was talking about with the prison experience. And I'm like, no, I didn't have to drink apple cider vinegar, and I didn't have to do all this other just fucking stuff that I won't do. But every time I ate, I went and exercised right after eating. Almost guaranteed. Not every single day. Some days the prison was on lockdown. and we couldn't do anything other than walk to the chow hall, walk back to the cell block, and get locked in for the day, and locked in until for like 24 hours. Sometimes 48 hours without being able to go do anything out in the yard or out in the gym or anything like that. It's hit or miss. Sometimes it would be foggy for a whole day. If there's fog, you're locked down. Because they're worried about people escaping and shit. So, other situations, snowstorm, lockdown. Big fight breaks out, lockdown. Somebody showed up one day and threw a package over the fence and then disappeared off into the woods. Lockdown. They locked us down for like 2 days for that one while they were trying to figure out. They caught the people out in the woods that threw the package over the fence. It was a bunch of cell phones. Somebody threw it was like a football or something. They threw it over the fence. It was full of cell phones and ran off into the woods. They got caught. They're doing time now. But most of the time, they would let us outside and let us have some outdoor exercise, fresh air, go for a walk time. And I took advantage of it every time. So almost after every single meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I'm out walking. That was in that guy's video. Every time you eat, go for a half-hour walk somewhere. Go do. Now, where I live right now, it's not really conducive to do that. It's like going on the 7-mile hike down to the park, walking around the park, and coming back is very convenient. But to just go out my front door and go for a quick little walk, it's not as good, it's not as enjoyable to do that. There's not really anywhere to go. Okay, but what's my excuse really? To walk down to the park and turn around and come back, that's like 2 miles. That's like the 40 minutes right there. But I'm thinking, during the week, one of the things he said to do in this video was, as soon as you wake up, have black coffee. So don't eat. This is the thing that stuck with me the most. He said, don't eat after 8 p.m. Don't eat nothing. Nothing at all. Which, right off the bat, for me, that's, with my gym routine and stuff, that's really not going to work. But on the, regular days, don't eat after 8 p.m. That way, when you wake up the next day, your body has already fasted for, possibly if you're getting at it 8 a.m., it's been 12 hours since your body ate. So your blood sugar is really low. Basically, you want to have your blood sugar bottom out. And then he said, do some black coffee, no sugar, no creamer. Drink water, whatever the case, and go walk. As soon as you wake up in the morning, go for a walk before you put any calories in. In order for you to do that, your body will be forced to burn fat. And I kind of went back and I'm like, how many days did I wake up at that prison and just didn't even eat breakfast and just went straight out to the track and started walking around the track for 4 miles or whatever without even eating anything for breakfast. So that's what I was doing. I'm like, okay. And so then he said, when you come back, eat your 3 meals a day or whatever, but don't eat after 8 o'clock at night. And he said, every time you eat, go for a walk. It could be 20 minutes. 20 minutes is all you need. Walk. You don't need to do anything crazy. Just go walk. And then he said, when you're at the gym, do this, that, and the other thing and whatever. And so I'm like, okay, well, there's 3 locations to the gym I go to. One of them is about a 5 to 10 minute drive that way. One of them's about a 5 to 10 minute drive that way, and the one that I always go to is about 20 minutes away. But I go there because the class schedule is what it is. And so I'm like, well, there's 2 locations that are 10 minutes away. One of them's close enough I could walk there. It's 3 miles. One of them is 6 miles. One of them is 3 miles. But because of traffic and all that, but I could walk to this one gym 3 miles, go in there, do a little something, whatever, turn around, come back. 3-hour walk each way, or 1 hour each way walking. Like, okay. The one down the road, the one that's a 10-minute drive, they got classes on certain mornings. They got the same. 2 of the locations are the premier or the upper echelon, like whatever you want to. I think they have a term for it, elite club or whatever the fuck. And then the other one's like a regular club. The premier or whatever the hell it is, the label just means that the nicer ones have a pool and a spa and a sauna and spin class rooms and different things that the other one doesn't have. But they all have classes, and they all have their classes start at like 5:45 in the morning. And I'm like, okay. If I could just motivate myself twice a week. Maybe do my Thursday thing, because I like going to the gym and doing that big workout on Thursdays. If I did a few just small adjustments, right? So if I'm not riding my bike to the bakery tomorrow, but if I do the bakery ride on Monday, black coffee and water when I wake up, and don't do any calories. Don't eat anything. 25-mile bicycle ride, that's going to burn some fat. Now, granted, I'm going to eat a 1,000-calorie cookie while I'm there, and whatever happens, happens, and then I'm going to ride my bike home, but I'm going to burn that off on the bike ride home. The calories I burn are not going to be the calories I ate, but I am going to be hungry when I get home. But if I can eat before 8 o'clock, and don't eat anything after 8, make sure I eat enough so I'm not hungry after 8. Okay, I'm not going to feel like doing anything on Tuesday morning, but maybe get my ass up and go for a 20-minute walk. Maybe pick a different day out of the week. Go to the gym. Do a class. One class. Just go to the gym, do a class, come straight home, jump in the hot tub for a minute, like do a mini, like don't have to go to the gym I don't have to be there for 3 hours. Just get there, do a class, turn around and come home. Maybe sit in the hot tub or chill for a bit or something. I don't have to or just, take a shower and come home or whatever. I don't know, but do something that's not going to consume my whole day, and something that's a little bit lighter. Like, just go to the gym and do the fucking Stairmaster for a while, or go to the gym and do something, just some random thing for no more than an hour. Turn around and come home. But do it early enough. Give myself, get up at 6 in the morning, go down there, do something, turn around, come back, be home before 8 o'clock. Don't eat before I go. And then from 8 o'clock at night till then, my blood sugar is going to be really low. Force my body to burn that fat. Do something to burn that fat. So maybe I got to think about this a little bit tonight. I'm taking a break. I'm going to get a client invoice done. You're kind of watching me think this out in real time. But, okay, if I can't motivate myself to get my ass out of bed and sit in a chair and do nothing, can I get motivated enough to just run over to the gym? Don't even take a gym bag with you. Just take a shirt to change into or something. Don't even take the gym bag. Just take, I don't know. I don't have to make it a big production like I'm doing right now, where I go there at 4:30, work out for an hour, do spin class for an hour, do yoga for an hour, and then spend another hour in the sauna and the hot tub, and then take a shower for 15 minutes to half an hour and get all dollied up in the bath and like then go home and stop at the grocery store on the way home and turn it into this big thing. Maybe do like something quick, in and out, quick, home, 10 minutes there, 10 minutes back, an hour or less, and just boom, be right back home. Take a shower when I get home. Get up at 6, be home by 8, showered, and then sit down and start working. And then I can have breakfast. Then I can have coffee with creamer. Then I can have stuff and eat a few meals throughout the day and cap it at 8. But if I do go to the gym from 4:30 in the evening till 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night, whatever, stop and get the prepared foods, bring a chicken salad home or something, even a rotisserie chicken or a curry chicken salad or something, whatever you want. Bring that home on Thursday night. Would I start dropping weight just from that little tweak? And I wouldn't have to eat stuff I don't like. I wouldn't have to choke down a thing of fucking vinegar. All these weird things that this guy's taking steroids and he's got videos about how to take steroids and shit. I'm like, I think I'm good. It definitely sounds like it would be better than Ozempic, better than taking steroids, better than a lot of different things, better than drinking fucking vinegar. Ugh, I'd probably throw up if I did that. I don't know. So I know this video went to an hour and a half all of a sudden of me just rambling. But I'm about halfway through this rise and grind challenge, and this whole not getting up in the morning thing is the Achilles heel right now. And if I'm trying to, if I really want to make some forward progress, actually lose a few pounds, if I could lose 5 pounds in the last 2 weeks of it, or whatever, 2.5 more weeks, what is it? Day 17 and a half is the halfway mark. Today, halfway through tomorrow is the halfway mark. If I wasn't so burned out from what I did today, I'd be riding my bike tomorrow, even though it's going to be 55. 55's fine, but I have to wear a long sleeve shirt. And the last time I went there, it was 55 in the morning. It's slow. It's a slow ride in. I can't go my fastest. I can't get my body to kick in and throw down real power to the pedals until it's 65 and up. When it's that early in 55 in the middle of the day when the sun's out is totally different than 55 at 5 in the morning. It's different. And my body just doesn't warm up it's not cold, but I'm not feeling it. I'm not going to be feeling it tomorrow in the morning if I do that. And just the amount of work that I got to do, we're still not at the point where the sun will be up when I leave in the morning. We've got to get till towards the end of May, the sun will be out at 6 in the morning. I don't have to have lights anymore. I can just grab the bike and get out the door and boom, that saves a lot of time. That saves a lot of time. The temperature is going to be up. It'll be at least 60, 65, 70, probably 70, maybe 80. It'll be warm. And I can just get on and go. Just get on the bike and go. But in the next 2.5 weeks, next time you hear from me, we'll be halfway through the Rise and Grind Challenge. Can I make a tweak? Can I sit here tonight, look at my calendar, and say, okay, compare it to the two closer gym locations and say, is there something that I could go there and do? A class. Yoga is one of them. There's cardio. It's going to be yoga or spin classes. I'm definitely not doing Zumba or none of that crap. I'm definitely not doing that. I'm not, none of that silver sneakers. I'm not that old. I got some gray hair, but I'm not like getting ready to move into a nursing home just yet. If I could just make a couple of tweaks to where I can get my body to burn fat in exchange for all the workout I'm doing with it. Maybe the Friday hikes, maybe some of the hikes that I've been doing. Like maybe Friday morning I get up and go on a hike and then come home and then work and do stuff. Instead of doing stuff till 3 in the afternoon and then going on a hike, maybe I get up at like, I don't know, 6 in the morning or 6 in the morning, go on a 7-mile hike, come home and sit down and bust ass on some jobs. Like maybe just switching to doing workout in the mornings. It's gonna suck. I do not like getting up in the morning. But I can definitely do it. I can definitely trick myself into going to the gym early in the morning easier than I can trick myself into waking up, sitting down in front of a computer and working all day early in the morning. And if I can just kind of like coax myself to like eyes on the prize, remember what you looked like when you were 40 pounds lighter. In fact, I was only 30 pounds. I've only gained back 30 of the 40 that I lost when I was in the joint. I was 240 pounds at one point. Then I got down to 200. So if I lose 40 pounds, I'll be 190. And honestly, like professional cycling weight for me would be like 150, 160. That would be like if I was a professional cyclist at my current height. 180 would be if I was 180, it would be like, holy shit, you got in shape, dude. So that would be 50 pounds gone. If I could just get into a pace where I lose 2.5 pounds a week, I don't know what week we're on right now, but let's see, 52 divided by 4, it's 13 weeks per quarter. We're already through we're almost through the first quarter of the year, so 13 times 3 times 2.5. That's 97.5 pounds at 2.5 pounds a week. 13 times 3 is 39 divided by 2 pounds a week. 13 times 3 is 39 weeks times 2. That's 78 pounds that I could lose. 13 times 3. So we have 39 weeks left this year. My goal is to lose 40 pounds. I haven't lost an ounce. I'm at exactly the weight right now that I was when I started out the year, let alone started going to the gym. So 40 divided by 39 weeks. I have to lose a pound a week to meet my goal. 1 pound a week. Every week, I gotta weigh 1 pound less. So if I can get to where I can lose 2 pounds a week, which I can, I've done this, like I know I can do it, but the difference between doing it now and doing it the last time I did it, I was forced to do it. In the sense that I did not have access to food, and my schedule was tightly controlled by the Bureau of Prisons. You know what I mean? Like, this is when you get up in the morning. This is when you get to go out and exercise. This is when you get to eat. This is all you can eat because we're starving you and we took away commissary and we're not giving you any more food. This is what it is. It was like going to fat camp. It was like I spent 4 months going to military boot camp to lose fat. Like I was one of them fat kids on TV whose parents had some people come in a black van, put a bag over the kid's head, shove him in the back of the van, drove him out to the fucking desert, took him to fat camp, made him spend 4 months losing weight, and the kid came back weighing 100 pounds less going, "Oh my God, thank you, Mom and Dad. That was such a nice thing you did, having me kidnapped and taken away to the desert and blah blah blah." But you know what I'm talking about. You've seen this on TV. They do, there's asshole parents that do that shit to their kids. That's what it felt like. I got black bagged, thrown in the back of a fucking bus, carted off to some fucking prison camp to lose weight for 4 months. and that's what it was. And right now, I'm not in prison boot camp with a bunch of fucking goons with guns pointed at me, telling me, go here, go there, this is all you can eat, this is when you can eat, go walk here, do this, do that, you can't do this, you can't do that. Like, I don't have the same forced discipline. Now I gotta discipline myself to do it. So that's what I'm trying to figure out right now. And with that, I'm just going to say peace out, and I'll give you the update in a couple of days.